Hey, 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 hey. You are tuned in to episode 30 of Excuse Me, I'm Speaking. This podcast is being brought to you by your favorite host. And who else would I be talking about? I'm talking about me, myself, and I. It is me, it is she. You can call me Twinkle, call me SheIsTwinkle, or call me Antoinette. As long as you're calling my name, that's all that matters to me. And to all my listeners out there, today, y'all are in for such a special treat because your girl went to the Kirk Franklin Reunion Tour concert and I got my entire life. It was an experience. It was literally a gospel party. Y'all already know I'm here to spill all the juicy details, tell y'all the good, the bad, the strange, but it was a good experience. Before I get into all of that, I wanted to take a moment to reflect on the current season that we're in. And I'm not speaking mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I'm not getting deep like that. I'm speaking in literal terms. This fall season just came and smacked us in the face out of nowhere. Now, granted, fall began on September 23rd, but October, the end of October, in Kansas City, it hit us in the face like a ton of bricks. The Midwest, we are struggling over here in cold weather. So send a prayer our way, please. You would think I would have got used to this by now, but I have not. Anywho, that leads me to the question of the day for today. The question is, what three words come to mind when you think of fall? Y'all already know I want y'all answers, and I know they're going to vary because we all live in different places. But mine, that was easy. The first word is cold. The second word is pumpkin. And the third word would be fashion. So let me just break it down really quick. Y'all don't need more of an explanation for the cold weather. It's freaking cold. As far as pumpkin, y'all, I think of pumpkin patch. I think of pumpkin spice. I think of pumpkin scents. I think of the pumpkin color because that orange color or burnt orange, it looks great on melanin skin, by the way. I absolutely love wearing that. That leads me to fashion because I'm not going to hold you. I think that the fall gives the best fashion because you can layer your clothes, you can add a scarf, you can have cute boots. You don't have to worry about slipping and falling on ice. I just think that it gives more versatility. And you're not all bundled up like an Eskimo. Like it's not winter weather yet. You still can be cute and fashionable in the fall. So I love the light jackets or the leather jackets. Fall just gives me my entire life until it gets too cold outside. So I would definitely love to hear y'all answers to today's question of the day. What are the three words that come to mind when you think of fall? Please send me your answers on Instagram at SheIsTwinkle1. DM me or comment on a picture. I need to get better at being more active on my Instagram. Sorry about that. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, then please subscribe, like, comment below. Now, I recognize that a lot of people associate the word fall with football. So that leads me to my next topic that I absolutely have to address. What in the world is going on with the NFL's obsession with Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and the Kansas City Chiefs football team? Y'all know I'm from Kansas City, so I love the Chiefs. Those are the only games I watch, to be honest. But it is becoming nerve-wracking, the fact that every single game, whether it's home or it's away, the camera is panning and looking for Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift did not try out for nobody's football team, but the camera is always on her. At this point, we all know that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are supposedly dating. I'm saying supposedly because that just kind of caught me off guard. He's a little bit more rough around the edges, and she didn't really seem like she liked more of a bad boy like him, but I guess if they like it, I love it. Anywho, ever since she showed up to one of his home games, she has shown up for several games after that. Every single time the Chiefs score, they pan the camera to Taylor Swift. And it drives me bonkers. Seriously, it'll be Isaiah Pacheco. He runs, makes a touchdown. Y'all know typically when a player makes a touchdown, they have a little victory dance that they do. It's about 3 to 5 seconds. It is entertaining to watch. They're excited. They just got that victory. They deserve their celebration moment. Well, as of lately, we haven't been able to watch celebration moments because the moment we score a touchdown, the camera pans to Taylor Swift in her box office suite, high-fiving people. They want to see Taylor Swift's reaction. Are you kidding me? Furthermore, their most recent game, it was an away game. Taylor Swift was not there. At one point, they put stats on our television showing Travis Kelce's numbers when she's present and his stats when she's not present. And that just really threw me off. Do you really think that he plays according to whether or not she's in the audience? You do know that he's a part of a team, right? So his statistics is going to be according to how the rest of his team plays, how the opposing team plays. It has nothing to do with Taylor Swift. His mother has been in the audience. Did y'all put up stats and compare when she was there as opposed to when she wasn't there? It just really grinds my gears. I've always wanted to say that statement, grinds my gears, whatever. But it grinds my gears and I'm about done with it. I don't know what they have going on with Taylor Swift, they as in the NFL, because obviously they have some type of agreement because they just have excessive coverage of her. And at this point, it's getting old. Honestly, there have been celebrity wives, other celebrities, bigger celebrities. They don't pan the camera to them all the time. Russell Wilson's wife, Ciara, you don't see them putting the camera on her. Kim Kardashian has been at games. All types of celebrities. This is something different with Taylor Swift. So there's some type of agenda. They have some type of money arrangement. I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I think that that's what's going down. But y'all tell me what y'all think about it. And Lord, I'm getting sick of it. So now that we've gotten all of that out the way, let's get to the real reason why we're here today. I am so excited to give y'all my story time, my experience, my review of the 2023 Kirk Franklin Reunion Tour concert. This concert featured 5 different acts: Kirk Franklin, the Clark sisters, Israel Houghton, Ty Tribbett, and David and Tamela Mann. They are all Black gospel artists. Most of the people in attendance were Black as well. One thing I did not like is that the concert was supposed to start at 7 o'clock. And quite naturally, we were on CP time. If you don't know what CP time is, look it up on Google, but most of you know. The concert was supposed to start at 7. I'm pretty sure it didn't start until around 7:45, closer to 8. That was a mess because we got a lot of songs to get through. And I'm not going to hold you. It's Sunday night. We can't be here all night. But that is minor. Let me get into the majors. So once they finally got the show started, everybody got in their seats. The place was packed. I was really excited and proud because Beyonce was here recently and she had packed out the stadium, the football stadium. A lot of gospel artists come here. They usually have smaller venues because they feel as though they can't pack out a big arena. But this arena was packed out. So I like that people are like, yes, I can show up for a Chiefs game. I can show up for Beyonce. A lot of people even showed up for Taylor Swift when she came to Kansas City. But the people also showed out for the gospel artists. So snap it up for them. I was proud. But once the show finally got started, it starts off with Kirk Franklin. He gets us hyped. Nobody else could have opened up this show but Kirk Franklin. Y'all know that Kirk Franklin has so much energy. He dances, he directs, he tells us what's coming next in the song. He is just entertaining all in himself. Now, me personally, I have always referred to Kirk Franklin as the Flavor Flav of gospel music. Now, if y'all remember Flavor Flav from Public Enemy, he was the hype man of his group. Yeah, boy. And he's jumping all around. He has so much energy. That was his main job, was to be the hype man. Kirk Franklin, yes, he writes the music. Yes, sometimes he plays the keyboard. Yes, he puts the group together. But Kirk Franklin never really sings. He is the hype man throughout the entire song. And when I tell you he did the exact same thing at the concert, that is exactly what he did. Everybody is singing, getting all into the songs. We're dancing. We're going with his vibe. He's dancing the entire time. Now, I don't know that they were exactly holy Christian dances. He wasn't praise dancing out here, but he was doing the Millie Rock. He was doing Michael Jackson dance moves. He was making up his own moves. He was popping. I'm like, Kirk, calm down. We are literally not in the club. But they literally used to play his songs in the clubs when he started coming out with his music, and it was controversial, but that's what drew people in. It was exciting. It was fun. It wasn't old and boring, and they weren't hymns. They were hip. And he brought back all of those hits, and we were loving every moment of it. I think that my favorite part of the show was when he did Melodies from Heaven. I know y'all know what that song is. You have to be living under a rock to not know what Melodies from Heaven is, especially when it breaks down into the three parts at the end where they do Rain Down on Me, soprano, alto, tenor. Now here's a bonus question of the day for today. Which section of the choir is the best section? And it shouldn't even take y'all long to answer. Alto, hands down, always has the best in the three-part harmony. We hold it together. Yes, I'm saying we because I am a proud alto, and I would not want to be anything else. Like, who wants to be a soprano? And I got to hold those super high notes, and no, I ain't got time for that. When we did Melodies from Heaven, the entire room turned into a choir, and everybody was breaking it down and doing the three parts. Yeah, there was a guy that came on stage during the intermission, and he said, I don't know what's up with Kansas City, because this is the first time in my life where I have seen y'all sing Melodies from Heaven, and I'm looking around and y'all rolling y'all body. Since when do you roll your body to Melodies from Heaven? Meanwhile, Kirk is on stage and his shirt is open. We all started dying laughing because it's true. It's the beat of the song, and you move and you get into it. It's a gospel song. I mean, we wasn't twerking and grinding on gospel, but I mean, it had a little roll to it. Y'all, don't judge me, but it was a whole vibe. Okay. It was a time, I'm telling y'all, it was a gospel club / concert. So that was exciting. Then we had the Clark sisters. Now I knew they were on the roster. I knew they were going to be there. However, I do not think that they were the drawing factor. That was one of my disappointments from the show because they allowed the Clark sisters to sing so many songs. Meanwhile, one of the Clark sisters, she is in her 70s. That's how long the Clark sisters have been around. So I understand some of their songs are mainstream. A lot of people know them, but why are we spending so much time on the Clark sisters? Because after a while, I'm like, I don't know this song. I'm gonna just sit down. I'm about to play Monopoly Go on my phone until it gets to the next person. Hopefully it's Ty Tribbett. There was people around me looking at me. They was judging me. I don't care. Judge not and you will not be judged. Those is one of them ain'ts that was present. They was not a saint. But anyways, y'all, the Clark sisters, it was nice, but they just had too many songs. Meanwhile, they all had outfit changes throughout the entire show. Obviously, their budget was big enough to always change their outfit. But not only did they have outfit changes, the Clark sisters, they had wig changes. Where'd they do that at? Like, I was so confused when they came out and they first set of songs, and one of them, she had on this short wig. It was flipped up. It looked very like 90s or early 2000s. Like, it looked like she got it from like your local beauty store. It was probably on sale for like $8.99. Like, it was definitely flammable. However, when they came out the second time, then all of a sudden, she had long hair. And it looked like she had just got it done at the beauty salon. She looked 15 years younger. And I was very confused. I thought they switched her out. I thought it was like a stunt double or something. What is going on? So I just didn't say anything. But I talked to a few people after the show and they agreed. No, that was the same person. She just switched her wigs. I was like, okay. She said, Beyonce can do it. I can do it too. Okay, girl, you should have started with that wig. Now I'm thinking maybe the songs they were singing at first were their really old songs. So she like did her wigs according to the decade. That's the explanation I'm gonna give her. I'm not about to talk about her. I just noticed it. Okay. I'm not speaking poorly of her. I just happened to notice it. That was my review. Moving right along. Then at one point, we had all of them come out on stage. This was after the intermission, in which this was the longest intermission of my life. I feel like the intermission was anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. Mind you, the show started at least 45 minutes late. That didn't make sense to me. Meanwhile, during the intermission, there were people that were getting restless, so they started getting up, going to the restroom, going out to the concession stands so that they could get some food. Now, I told y'all, the Saints and the Aints were in the building. In my section, I saw 3 women come back in from the concession stands, and they legit had alcoholic beverages in their hand. I'm gonna say allegedly because I didn't drink it out their cup, so maybe it appeared to be alcohol and it was something else, but I promise you, it had a little umbrella hanging out the cup and everything. They were sipping it slow. What else do you sip slow? It wasn't tea, it wasn't coffee. That was a mixed drink. And I was just baffled. Like, goodness, y'all selling alcohol at the Christian event? I know Jesus drank wine, and I know that we didn't all had a margarita or 2 or 3, but like, dang, like you basically in the church choir concert. You go really show up with your alcohol? That just, it threw me off. It threw me off. Obviously, the T-Mobile Arena was like, we about to make our money by any means necessary. Do you think we're shutting down the bar? No, we are not. I thought that was an interesting tidbit, and I had to come back and share that with y'all. But anyways, let's get back to the music. Once the intermission was finally over, all of the featured artists, they changed their clothes again. They came out and they did a medley of songs. And we have David and Tamala Mann. They're singing some of their songs that were classics from Kirk Franklin when they were singing with him in his group. Then we see the Clark sisters sing once again. Then we have Israel Houghton, and he is out here sitting on a stool on his guitar. He legit looked like a gospel country singer. I was like, who is that? He doesn't have the best stage presence, but that's just my opinion. Then I was so excited for them to finally get to Ty Tribbett, because y'all know Ty Tribbett, him and Kirk Franklin, they can match energy. They have so much energy, it is unreal. But in Kansas City, on their tour date, Ty Tribbett, his energy was very low. They had him sing a snippet of one of his songs, and it was a slow song. Meanwhile, his voice was cracking, but his voice always cracks. So I was thinking, okay, like, is he sick? Did he lose his voice? Did they perform the night before? I'm confused. Maybe he's just trying to hold it for his portion of the show. So I'm going to put that on ice, okay? So we hear them do all their medley of singing. They walk off stage, and then Israel Houghton is left out there. And when I tell you, they had backup singers, but Israel Houghton has such a large catalog. I was shocked. I was like, oh, that's his song? That's his song too? He has to be like the king of gospel worship songs because he has so many. It was impressive. There was a lot of familiar songs, and he really had the crowd going. However, he just plays a guitar. He doesn't do ad-libs. He doesn't have much stage presence. So in my opinion, I thought that his segment went a bit long because I'm going to get tired of watching you stand there and play your guitar. This is a concert. You have to bring it to life. Churches around here put more energy into your songs than you did, but that's just my opinion. Then finally, we have Ty Tribbett. I was so excited. I was like, yes, he's going to bring the energy. He's going to bring the energy. And somehow, Ty Tribbett decided to sing all of his slow songs, his worship songs. He didn't come out on his hype songs. And that's when I was convinced, oh, he has to be sick. He has to be losing his voice. So he must be using a different set list, and he's doing calmer songs that he can actually sing at the moment. I can't say it wasn't exciting. It was exciting. He does have this song of his called Only One Night, though. And when I tell y'all it's a vibe, it is a vibe. Then he says that he wrote a song during the pandemic that he wanted to sing for everybody, because it was hard during the pandemic and he wanted people to have something to hold on to. And it was called We Gonna Be All Right. Now, for those of y'all out there like me that have a versatile musical selection, you don't have one preference over another, I'm sure you recognize this same tidbit that I did, because Ty Tribbett's song is called We Gonna Be All Right. Kendrick Lamar is a hip hop artist. He has a song called All Right from his album that's called To Pimp a Butterfly. Y'all know, I'm sure y'all have heard it on the radio, the We Gon' Be All Right. Kendrick Lamar put out that song in 2015. Ty Tribbett said that he wrote his song that's called We Gon' Be All Right in 2020. the same rhythm that Kendrick Lamar raps "We Gonna Be All Right," that's the same rhythm that Ty Tribbett sings it. So nobody sees an issue with that. Like, I've heard this before. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. You just gonna let him get away with it because he's a gospel artist? But whatever. If I had to have a preference, I still do like the way that Kendrick Lamar raps it, but you can't win them all, Ty Tribbett. And that, you heard the radio. You was biting off his song, but that's just my opinion. Meanwhile, Kirk Franklin does it all the time. He sampled Tupac songs. He sampled all kinds of classic songs. So at least give the people the credit, the originators of the tune, the rhythm, whatever. Anywho, moving right along. Yeah, it was getting so late. By this time, it was 10:30 at night. Then we have Tamala Mann come out again. She sings "Take Me to the King." And it didn't look like it was ending anytime soon. And your girl was tired. So we ended up leaving before the crowd started leaving out at the same time so that we could get to our car quickly and make sure we made it home. From what I can remember, people told me that it went on for at least another 20 minutes or so. I believe they closed out with some of Kirk Franklin's big hits. They did a few more of Israel Houghton's big hits, and that's how they closed out the show. All in all, I have gotten a lot of positive feedback from other people that have attended the concert. It was a really good experience. If Kirk Franklin just wanted to have a concert all by himself and had no other artists, I would be there with bells on because he is entertaining and he has hit after hit after hit, and it's very nostalgic and it just takes you to a good place. He has great lyrics in his songs as well too. So I wanted to give y'all my quick review on that, and I definitely hope y'all enjoyed it. And if you experienced in your city, let me know how it went because I would love to compare the two. But anywho, now that we have gotten through all of the gospel turn up, let's get into the chaos that has been trending on social media. It even made its way to Fox News, which is insane to me. But apparently, there is a list that has been surfacing around social media that is called Places Women Refuse to Go on Their First Date. Some of it I agree with, but some of it they're pushing it. I don't know who these women are, but from the perspective of a woman, let me tell you what makes sense and what don't. Starting with number one was Cheesecake Factory. I was very confused by that. What is wrong with Cheesecake Factory? You refuse to go to Cheesecake Factory on a first date? Now, the only reason I would not want to go to Cheesecake Factory on a first date is because their menu is like a freaking book. It is confusing. There is too many pages. It's too many options to select from. I just get stressed out and I just be like, okay, like what's the special for today? I'll just take a salad. Just give me a cheesecake because this is too much to choose from. So that's why I wouldn't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory, but I don't think that's a bad idea for a first date. Moving right along, number two, let's put number 2 and 3 together because that is Applebee's and Chili's. I do get that. I understand it. If you're going to take me on a first date, we are not doing a 2 for $20. We are not. We are not going during their happy hour. You are not about to cheapen me like that. You can take me somewhere nicer than that. You ain't got to break the bank, but don't do me, okay? I'm not at Applebee's first date. Now, for our young women that are in college, I get it. They're both struggling college students. If Applebee's and Chili's is in their town, that's what they can afford to do. I understand that. But as a grown woman, don't do that. Moving right along. Chipotle. That's a no for me, dog. That's not even a restaurant. That's fast food. When do y'all ever see people sitting down on a date inside of Chipotle? Do you? You don't. Moving right along. Olive Garden. What's wrong with Olive Garden? Yeah, I have an obsession with their breadsticks. I love their breadsticks, and their salad is really good, and their soups are really good. So maybe I'm just biased, but it's an Italian restaurant. They have dim lighting, they have wine. What's the problem? Okay. The movies. Now, I could see why the movies wouldn't be a good first date because the lights turn off and you can't talk. So, how do you get to know each other? But maybe if you do dinner and a movie, that could work. Then we have your house. Yeah, your house is not a first date. Your house is a hookup. What are you talking about? That's not even an option. Number 8, any fast food chain. That's a no for me, dog. Fast food. This is not restaurant dining. Buffalo Wild Wings, also fast food. Are we watching the game? Am I one of your boys? No. Next, Wingstop, also fast food, waste of time. Red Lobster. I'm just not a Red Lobster type of person. Contrary to popular belief, I absolutely hate those cheddar biscuits. I really do. And it really just doesn't seem that exciting for a first date because it's like a family environment. It doesn't really set a date like mood. So I could see that. Dang, I thought I was going against the list. And low key, I'm agreeing with most of it. Nope, not going to a buffet. IHOP or Denny's. What? I mean, is the first date after the club lets out at 2 o'clock in the morning and IHOP and Denny's is the only thing open? Because I guess that's the first hangout. That ain't no first date. Moving right along. The gym, definitely not a date. Church, oh no. I would never go on a first date to somebody's church with them. First of all, church is free. Don't cheapen me. And plus, if I walk in this church with you, everybody gonna think that I'm your girlfriend, I'm your next wife, and everybody gonna be surrounding me, and I don't have time for it. Plus, you don't talk and get to know somebody in church. Moving right along, Starbucks. Now, don't fight me for this, but Starbucks is a coffee shop that's kind of cute. Sometimes you're not sure if people are crazy. Like, that could be a cute little meetup for a first date. If you're not sure about the person, you're not getting all dressed up, y'all let me know how y'all feel. Comment below, because am I tripping? I just happen to have a strong love for Starbucks. So next one, coffee date, same thing. Ice cream date, not a grown woman. No, not a grown woman. Take a teenager on an ice cream date. Next, we have family functions. Oh no, I barely know you. I do not want to meet your family on the first date. Number 21, movie night. But the movie night is not the movie theaters. It says Hulu, etc. No, we are not Netflixing and chilling. Are you kidding me? You think I'm about to quote unquote chill with you on our first date? And y'all know what I mean by chill. Netflix and chill is not chill. It's rumble around in these sheets, whatever. Moving right along, we have number 22, somewhere that requires a long drive. I will not take a mini road trip with you on the first date. You might be crazy. Heck no. Moving right along, bowling. I think bowling is exciting. I think it's fun. Like, you can talk to the person, and then the competitive nature that's in it. And I think it breaks the ice. It doesn't put a lot of pressure. I think it's a great idea. What do y'all think? I would not refuse that. Next, moving right along, nightclubs, definitely not a first date. Are you trying to get to know me, or are you trying to get to know all these other potentials in here? Getting towards the bottom of it, we have the hookah bar. I would never. Then we have a bar just for drinks. I hear that a lot of people do that. It's like a way to not fully commit to it. If the date turns terribly wrong, you can just disappear. So I don't think that's bad. What do y'all think? Next, oh Jesus, Waffle House. First of all, do not ever take me to Waffle House. Don't take me when we're dating, engaged, or married. Why is there a fascination with Waffle House? That has always baffled me, because the Waffle House looks like the most unsanitary establishment ever. It never looks clean, and people rave about their food and say it's so good, but y'all eat their food while y'all are drunk after the club. So is it really good, or is anything good at that point? Something to think about. Now, for the very last one would be sports events. Yeah, I don't know about that one, because tickets to a major basketball game or a Chiefs game, I could see a lot of women going for that on a first date, and that's spending some money. And I'm sure you're not going to just go to the sports game. I'm sure you're going to go to dinner or something else. So I don't have an issue with that. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this list. I thought I was going to go against it, but I actually agreed with about 90% of it. So, hey, I think they got something going here. Now, just to wrap this up really quickly. So we have some Black celebrity news, starting with John Legend. Now, there is an article out there about John Legend. Please look it up for yourself on Google or social media. But the main gist of the article is that he opens up about how limiting his use of social media was best for his mental health. He said, in his words, it was just a lot. And I think a lot of us can relate to that, because I know I've had to put myself on a social media break or pause several times throughout my life, because sometimes when you're looking at everybody else's highlight reel over and over and over and over and over, it will start to get to you. Or if there's criticisms or on social media, it's just a lot to consume on a daily basis. And you're looking at other people's lives from the outside looking in, but you're only looking at what they're willing to show you. They're not showing you all of the struggle that went on behind the scenes for them to get to this seemingly perfect picture. So I think it's a lot to constantly take in and to see images of perfection or images of Photoshop, and it will start to get to you mentally. So I am in total agreement with John Legend. Social media can be a lot, and a break is always needed for your mental health. Moving on to our last quick wrap up, that would be with Magic Johnson. I wanted to give a congratulations to him. According to Forbes magazine, they have declared him to be a billionaire. So that is some Black excellence for you, and kudos to you, Magic Johnson. Now, to wrap up today's show, we have our quote of the day, and that is by a man by the name of Roy T. Bennett. His quote is, "Accept yourself, love yourself, and keep moving forward. If you want to fly, you have to give up what weighs you down." Beautiful. Y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of Excuse Me, I'm Speaking. Please share this with your friends, family, even your foes. I cannot wait to come back for the next episode. And be sure to follow me on social media at SheIsTwinkle1. Follow me on YouTube at SheIsTwinkle. And until next time, I love you all. Bye-bye.